As I was reflecting on this gospel and the readings today, I was told about the new acronym for SMS. All of us know what is an SMS in the text messaging service. But the new acronym is S stands for social distancing, M for mask, and another S for sanitization or sanitize yourself. So as I was looking at this SMS, and then I was also told about these two powerful words that are so much relevant to our times, at least for the past year, as quarantine, and today is Valentine. So these are two important terms that define our message today. One is we see the leper being quarantined, and we see Jesus as the Valentine who comes and touches the leper. He is operating out of love, but the one who is quarantined is operating out of fear, out of sometimes belief in the fate. So these are the two polarities today this message brings us. Our message brings us why we quarantine ourselves, why we go away from God, why we stay away from God. And we see the love of God always like a Valentine coming towards us. So these are two important things that will elaborate into our message. Basically, we need to understand leprosy at that point of time. It was a total quarantine. Basically, you were suffering physically. You were suffering because the priest proclaimed you to be unclean, so you could not come in your temple or a synagogue to worship. And you were suffering definitely socially and financially. So these things have not reduced during our time. In fact, quarantine has such impact onto our lives too. We suffer physically, spiritually we cannot go for worship, financially we are a burden to ourselves, sometimes to our families, and definitely this spiritually we are away, and socially we are away. So these factors existed, and sin is something that keeps us away from God, and we suffer such a loss into our lives. And that is why we see this leper asking for something very special. If you choose, you can make me clean. The leper is not asking Jesus heal me. I have got leprosy. This is the healing that I need. I need a cure for my disease. He's asking something different. And that is where we pay our attention today. He's asking, make me clean. What he's asking is, make me worthy to come and worship in the temple. What he is asking, give me the grace to socially interact freely with people. This is the two graces that we need today in our context. It happened like years ago, thousands of years ago, but we are still facing a similar context. People are urging that they can worship freely and move freely in the society they can connect with. They're not afraid of coronavirus. Yes, definitely it is a sickness. And in the same way, the leper is asking, make me clean. So, in the first qualifier that is there, if you choose, why would the leper add this qualifier, if you choose? It's not a challenge to Jesus that the leper knew for certain that Jesus is a healer. He has heard about lots of healing miracles of Jesus. But still he says this, if you choose. Is he doubting? Probably yes. But why is he doubting? The leprosy was considered in those times as a punishment for sin. So many people regarded sickness as God punishing you. So if this leper is having this background that if God has punished me and if Jesus is claiming to be the Son of God, will he take off this sentence or allow this sentence to complete into my life? And that's the doubt. The doubt is, if this is a punishment from God, will this representative of God take it away? And therefore he said, if you choose, make me clean. And as we go ahead and we see Jesus' gesture to touch him, leprosy was considered a contagious disease. People were not going to them, forget about touching. The very fact that Jesus touched him is already breaking the barrier and to embrace him, and he makes him clean. I do choose, be made clean. Now what happens after that is very interesting. Is Jesus telling the leper not to tell anyone and go and show yourself to the priest. And the leper goes, we know what is the story. The leper goes and tells with joy to everybody because he is healed. He is healed. Now the leper is in joy because of one reason. And that is a specific reason. The leper discovers something very interesting. And what is that interesting thing? Last time, Jesus restored Peter's mother-in-law, and she discovered Jesus' special message of serving. Here the leper discovers something very interesting, and that's why he's happy. He's not bothered about showing to the priest and all later on. He's going telling everybody. What is that? And that is something the leper understood. Only God can make you clean. The priest can pronounce you clean, but only God can make you clean. So the leper saw Jesus as God's representative because he had the power to make him clean. Not just heal, to make him clean, to make him ritually pure, to make him socially walk free. And therefore the leper is rejoicing and telling everybody about what Jesus has done. Of course, it creates trouble for Jesus, and we see a new dynamics that happens into this story. At the beginning of the story, the leper is in isolation, away from the town, and Jesus is roaming freely in the town. But at the end of the story, they reverse the roles. Jesus had to go in isolation, and the leper is roaming freely into the society. This is the type of dynamic that Jesus took away his leprosy and in fact took away the burden on him. And Jesus had to withdraw from the crowds. And we may ask why. And this is a very fundamental question that many of us will encounter a choice to make. Jesus is trying to balance between mission and compassion. Jesus had these two primary ministries, teaching and healing. And Jesus did not want people to misunderstand that he is a magical healer and come to him for healing. So Jesus also wanted to give due time for his primary ministry to teach and people understand through healing that the kingdom of God has come. And that is why this dynamics happens very clearly. My dear brothers and sisters, what is our prayer to God today? Our prayer is like that leper. God, if you choose, make me clean. Meaning, make me holy, make me spiritually worthy to come before you, and make me healthy and fit to roam freely in society. That is a cry not only of our congregation today here, who are part of this service, who are part of our online service, but this is a cry of the humanity today. God, make us clean, make us worthy to worship freely and roam socially free without any hindrance. May we experience such a grace that God makes us worthy to worship Him. May God makes us worthy to move freely in our society.